Adjustable. Viewfinder. Image.
Hi
Window.
guys, welcome to today's
Tilt left.
video, which it's not live stream, but I thought of doing a coffee with me and kind of...
Tilt left.
oh, thanks Andy.
Level.
Bringing you to
Tilt left.
the next couple of episodes, which is on Anchor.
Tilt left.
Very sorry about voiceover, just give me a minute.
Heading. Tilt left. Level. Voiceover off.
There we are. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this video is the podcast. It's called Audio Blog. It's on Anchor FM. You can go and watch it, listen to it. Thought I'd do a video today. Of course, we haven't got any questions, so today I'm going to talk about today I'm going to talk about the lockdown, where we're at with it, plus what we're doing with it. So the audio blog was set up as a form of writing, getting what we wanted down in a post, and people could hear it if they wished to, all different types of thoughts and feelings and all that kind of stuff. And obviously with the podcast we felt that we weren't getting any answers to some of the questions. We still ain't getting some of the answers to some of the questions. So most of the things that we want from that, we still ain't getting. We're still not figuring it out. We still haven't got what we wanted to say within a single episode. A single episode could be 20, 30 recordings in, where we do whatever we do with it. What we're hoping to do is kind of try and get other people setting audio blogs, try and get Anchor being more of a blogging tool and a podcasting tool, because serious podcasters do use Anchor, but I've heard some really upsetting things about Anchor, which I'm not going to mention. You'll have to go and research that for yourselves. But I like Anchor for the point that it isn't, people shouldn't be using it for serious podcasting. And if they are, they should be using it for more, reaching out to business people, whatever. But you don't need to pay for it. You don't need to pay to use it. Yes, there are bad things about Anchor, but of course, at the end of the day, if you're using something for free, you know, at the end of the day, it's... I mean, I see the audio blog as Anchor's podcast. It's what I put into the podcast are my thoughts and feelings, but it's like they own... I mean, the server's theirs. It's... the page is theirs. But, you know, it's a starting place. If you are a podcaster, it's a starting point. And it's where you can build a community and all of that great stuff. And we understand a lot of people out there haven't got the money to fork out to do something like, you know, Anchor. There's a lot of amateurs that are using Anchor and Spreaker too, but the problem with Spreaker is you've got to find ways to make that podcast longer. You only have, within the app, you only have a certain amount of time to record a podcast, whereas with Anchor, you don't have that certain amount of time. Also, with Audioboo, now, Audioboo was great for its time, but the problem with Audioboo, the problem that I found, it was you only had, what was it, 10 minutes? 10 minutes of recording. You know, you didn't have, you know, but the thing with Audioboo is if you want more time now, you've got to pay for it, like all the other things, you've got to pay for it. And yeah, so, I mean, it's like SoundCloud, you've got to pay to upload to there. You know, once you get, I think, is it 4 tracks or something for free, and then once you've gone over that, you can't upload anymore. And it's silly, you can't upload, and it's like, I don't know. I got serious with SoundCloud for a little bit, you know, putting my material on there, and then I just thought, no. So I stopped uploading to SoundCloud. But you could do an audio blog and upload it to SoundCloud as a podcast like I've done, but the problem is if you do that, then it's just, I don't know, it's reaching out to the right people. There may be other tools. Now, I did look at other free platforms to do an audio blog post, but those, the problem with those was they always had advertisements at the bottom, or they were very tricky to set up. So I'm visually impaired, so Anchor was really easy to set up. It was like, wow, with Anchor, we really, really want to do this with Anchor. So what we did was we did our first 2 episodes or first 3 episodes, and then we thought, where can we take this? Because, you know, so we started ranting on stuff like diets and stuff like that. And I'll still rant on diets. Imagine me, Andy's laughing in the background, because diets are like rubbish. Diets, well, I wouldn't say they're rubbish, you know, because there are a certain amount of diets, they work for certain people. We're all on a diet of some form, but I would avoid Slimming World, like the plague, you know. I have the Slimming World literature, so I could do create a borderline around Slimming World. What do you mean, create a board? Well, I could do, for for example, I could do a border of I don't know. I don't think people want to hear about my Slimming World stuff. It's on my podcast. But you could do a border of salads and, really boring meals. You could have that for a week. It depends what you want to do with your weight. It depends what you want to do. And yeah, it depends what you need to do. So, plus diets, you're gonna break the rules of a diet anyway. You might as well have a healthy eating plan than a diet. Because if you have a healthy eating plan, you can stick to it, But, so we started ranting about diets because we felt that we weren't being listened to about that. And the big do you know, Spotify are rating those podcasts? Because you're teaching people how to be fat or... Well, no, see the thing is, right? It's so easy to be fat. It's so easy. You get into that rut of going out, you go to the rut of... I mean, for me, a few years ago, when I got to 15 stone 4, that was because, we were coming home, we'd go into a fast food place. Oh. And you can't sit in a fast food place without having a burger. And it's like, and it's like, I was with unhealthy people at the time. But you see, the thing is, I got ill. And I went to the doctors and had a blood test, and that was pretty bad. And we thought it was a thyroid problem. But I am going to say, crash diets are okay when you come to say, for example, like, if somebody's 20 stone overweight, if I was a doctor, I'd say, look, I'm going to prescribe you the Slim Fast drinks, and for the first 2 weeks, I want you to do Slimming World.